Now it's time to have a conversation about the most polarizing figure I think I've ever seen in Detroit sports. You might be like, well, who would that be? Mr. Jared Goff. Jared Goff is the most polarizing figure in Detroit sports I think I've ever seen. Dave Burkett from the Free Press says, article for subscribers. You know, I had to sign up so I can get that news. Detroit Lions playoff push possible. Bills loss illustrates Goff's shortcomings at QB. It bothers me, y'all. It really does bother me. And Jared Goff took responsibility for yesterday's loss. He didn't pull a Zach Wilson. After the game was over, Jared Goff and DJ Chark had a 5-minute conversation in the locker room. 5-minute conversation. After the game was over, I go to the ultimate Goff bashing ground, Twitter, and I see the comments that I'm used to seeing. I see a guy says that he's going to wait till the 22 film comes out, the all 22 of the last of the throw, the third down and one. I'm not going to defend Goff on this play. He admitted it himself that wasn't the only place he could have went to. There were other receivers he could have went to, and he made a bad throw. But the thing that bothers me about when it comes to Jared Goff is the fact that there are other things that contributed to us losing the game. But why do we focus on Goff? Is it because of $30 million? If Goff was getting 7, would it be so much? Tony says Goff is the reason we need to lie. It was Goff and the Williams fumble. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, Tony, I don't understand that first part. But all we're going is Goff's horrible throw. What about Jamal Williams' fumble? What about the safety? Goff could have thrown it out of bounds. Maybe. Matt says 3rd and 1, 3 timeouts, and they go with vert, shoulder, back fade. Not only that, Matt, but to a guy that has been on the field for a handful of games. Now, I'm not going to take nothing away from DJ Chark. He made a fantastic catch. It was good to see. I was like, man, that could have been a huge story for yesterday's game. Not only the walk-off touchdown, but to DJ Chark, who had his man beat. Goff missed a throw. It happened. It happens. I just don't understand why we have to point out every single bad thing Goff does. I've never seen this. Matthew Stafford was here for 10, 12 years, and I have never seen us destroy him like we're doing. Is it because he's the better quarterback? Is that why? Is it because when he came here, he had a baby face? I don't understand. But Jared Goff is the reason the Detroit Lions lose every single game. They didn't win a single game yesterday or last year because of him. Let's not forget the first game we won last year, the Lions went the entire field. And I want to say it was less than a minute. TJ Hawkinson made some big catches. St. Brown made some huge catches. 4th down and 10. 4th down and goal. 4 seconds left. Touchdown. But Dave Burkett says that it is Goff shortcomings are obvious. And it's tough. It's just tough, man. Because I think for some reason we are just all on his you know. Bill Barnwell put out something yesterday and said the Lions should have the lead. The thing that I see is this. It's like the entire team messes up. And it's sad it came down to one play. But at least Jared Goff takes responsibility. He said he missed a ball. He missed a throw. Bad throw. He said, this is what Goff had to say, and I appreciate this. Because last week, Mr. Zachariah Wilson, I don't know if that's his name. I'm just making one up. Zach Wilson says, do you think, was asked a question about letting the defense down. He said, no. No. Now, if you ask me, he looked like a scared little kid. A scared little kid. And I felt sorry for him in a way because he don't know what kind of mess he got himself into. But here's what Goff had to say about the play call yesterday from Ben Johnson. That was a great call, Goff said. This is from the Free Press. There's 4 receivers on that play, and you can throw to any of them. And the guy I picked was open. But we didn't hit it, so we can second guess it all we want. But no, I love the call and wish I would have made it work some way or another. Goff said as well in yesterday's press conference that it's a lot of factors you can put on the loss. It's a lot of different things that could happen. But he took responsibility for the missed throw. But my thing is this, y'all. Why does it come down to that? Why does it come down to that? It comes down to Goff's missed throw. The guy was open. You don't think good quarterbacks make bad throws? I've seen some bad throws from Josh Allen. Is it because the good outweighs or the bad outweighs the good with Goff? You know what I've seen from Jared Goff? You know how we want to talk improvement? We want to talk those fighting Lions, right? Those fighting Lions. You know how we want to talk improvement. Jared Goff has improved from last year. There was a thing I used to call the dreaded spin move because every time he made it, he got sacked. But those days are gone. He did a spin move yesterday and got out of harm's way. Nate says, thank you, Grid. It was the entire team that lost the game. Sure, the mistakes by Goff are amplified because he's the central figure on the offense. I agree with that, Nate. And it's not that my next statement, I'm not about to disagree with you, but I'm going to say something more polarizing. Lions fans don't like Jared Goff because he's not Matthew Stafford. It's the bottom line. This man has been here for 18 months, well, almost 2 years, and he cannot do any right. Let's not forget, Goff and the offense went 91 yards against the Chicago Bears to come back and win. Nobody talks about that. They talk about one missed throw from Jared Goff. I've also heard Jared Goff doesn't go through his reads. You know they used to say the same thing about Matthew Stafford? But I'll say this. When we're winning, he sure does. Sometimes it looks like he doesn't. He just locks on to one guy and bloop, all the way. But I've seen games where Goff, you can see his head turning as he's progressing through his reads. This is we cannot blame all the blame on one person. And I think, honestly, that the perfect example why is our former quarterback. And I think Goff has done enough to earn something from us. Now, I'm not one of them guys that I will point out when Jared Goff does bad. He also threw a pass yesterday that I have no idea what happened, but the receiver had to play defender. But all quarterbacks do that, though. All quarterbacks do that. Our former quarterback is the pick six king. He is the pick six champion. He's also a Super Bowl champion. How do you explain that? How do you explain in a year that you lead the league in 17 interceptions, you tie a record for consecutive games with the pick six, but you walk away with a Super Bowl? How do you explain that? How do you explain that the Super Bowl champions, LA Rams, are looking like they're going to be the 2021 Detroit Lions? Because you need a team around you. Every human being makes mistakes. Every quarterback makes mistakes. Super Bowl champion quarterbacks make mistakes. Josh Allen threw a dime to Patrick Peterson, but Patrick Peterson is not on his team. Goff makes mistakes. If he's mediocre, we can still win with a mediocre quarterback. At least he's not a bad quarterback. Because you can't win with a bad quarterback. If you want more than that, I understand. But every loss is not Jared Goff's fault.